everybody, thank you for tuning in for this video. Thanks also for all the feedback on my hair in the last video. I do have, some of you had some questions about these bangs, and basically the way I'm just kind of styling them now is they are bangs that are cut with a razor. My mom cuts my hair, and she used to be a hairstylist person, so it's not like she's just randomly cutting my hair, but she's done that all my life, and she went with a razor and actually trimmed all the way across my bangs, so they don't have necessarily the super blunt look, and I'm just kind of pulling them sideways, doing kind of a side bang. They're not super thick bangs, but my hair is really dark, so it may give the appearance that they're a little thicker than they really are, but I'm just kind of sweeping them to the side. My hair as a whole is like the same length that it has been. I just had a few more layers put back in it, but yeah, it's just basically the same haircut that I had before. It just has some bangs put in it. And if you have any tips for like kind of controlling your bangs, and like if you want them to stay parted, like anything you use, like besides just the typical hairspray thing to keep them kind of where you want them, feel free to let me know about that. So I would be eager to hear what you have to say. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite neutral palettes, and this is a question I get asked so much, and you know, people just wanting a few quick recommendations, and I feel like I've been giving those kind of time and time again, and I thought, let's just make a video and then that'll answer everybody's questions and kind of put it out there, you know, what are some of my favorite neutral palettes. And keep in mind that this may change as time goes on. New things will come out, I will try more things, and other things may technically make their way onto this list in the future, but as it stands right now, these are some of my favorite neutral palettes, so I'm just going to walk you through them. The first one I want to talk about is the biggie. It's the 88 Warm palette from Coastal Scents. I love it so much. It offers so much versatility because you're getting some shades that are matte, some shades that are shimmery, and some shades that frankly appear to have some sparkle to them. And you also get the full spectrum. As you can see, you're getting from smoky to you know, over on this side to the browns, and a wide variety of highlight shades, which I think Coastal Scents palettes have not traditionally been as strong in giving you a nice variety of lighter shades to put on your lid or your brow bone area, things like that. So if you really are looking for tons of variety and just kind of that one palette that you could get and you would basically have every shade you needed, granted, you know, these are only about the size of a dime, so if you became very attached to certain shades, it may not last you all that long, but it's nice if you do like to jump around, do a lot of different combinations of colors like this. And what makes this palette sort of unique is that you're getting browns, but you're also getting kind of some plums, pinky and peachy tone shades, which is really nice, and you again are getting some smoky shades, including a matte black and a shimmery charcoal gray, and the list goes on. And the thing is, this time of year, it's Christmas time, and you're going to see out in the stores a lot of palettes that have that look like they've got, you know, tons of different shadows in them, and frankly, this is a really great palette, and I don't want you to necessarily go to the store and see those other palettes and think, oh, this looks like Coastal Scents. Well, this quality is really superior on these. They're great pigmentation on each of the shades, and I have gotten some of those other like drugstore palettes that are, you know, packaged, you know, tons of different colors or different like little compacts all in one, and a lot of times they're not very good quality and they're just very chalky and not pigmented, but the Coastal Scents ones are. So just because this may look somewhat similar to something you see in the drugstore, this is really great. So I want you to know about that. That's the 88 Warm palette from Coastal Scents. Would be a great gift idea really for, you know, basically anyone, because those are great everyday shades. Now to some smaller palettes that I really like. One that I've used so much, and you're going to be able to tell, it's the palette from CoverGirl. It's the 3-kit eye enhancers in Golden Sunset, and that center shade is called Golden Sunrise, and it is sold individually. But that shade is fantastic as a highlight or just an all-over coppery shade. What you get is like a medium brown, that coppery shade, and then a really pretty yellow. And it's just nice for you know, those times. See if I can get a swatch of that shade I really like there. That's kind of that coppery middle shade that I was talking about. But these are nice for like a softer kind of coppery golden toned eye. This is definitely a great summer palette, but it can work any time of year if you just want to soften up. You know, if you do a lot of dark browns and you want to try lightening that up a little bit while really bringing some sparkle and light to your eye, these are very nice. They all have some shimmers. They're very easy to blend, and I just really like that palette a lot. So, and that's what I mean by palettes, is usually, like, the way I consider it is 3 or more shades in one self-contained little unit. And by neutral, I just obviously mean like very earth tone shades, a lot of browns, golds, you know, just your basic, not non-colorful shades. Next one I want to tell you about is from Be Luscious. I'm talking about these in no particular order, by the way. It's not like my countdown or anything. But this is one of the first quads I tried from Be Luscious. It's the Signature Shadow Quad in Naturalist. These are all matte shades. And I really fell in love with this the first time I tried it because these are so rich. It's got like a matte, like super dark, like kind of charcoal gray brown. It's got a pretty burgundy, a nice medium brown, and a cream. And so together those shades blend so nicely, and it's just nice to have you know, a selection of matte colors like this, especially in the neutral department. You know, that will work for any occasion, and they blend they're so silky to blend, and I love that. That was one of the first things I noticed about this that made it really unique, and just the fact that, once again, 4 matte shades that are not chalky. They have a creamy type texture, and so I love that as a real good standby neutral palette. And also for the fact that you can combine any 2 of those shades with any one of those shades with the white, like use the white on your lid and then any of those other shades in the crease for just varying intensities for a crease shade. So next one that I like is the Chai Latte Quad from Maybelline. I've recommended this a lot. I think it's made its way into a lot of different videos, and it's just a nice drugstore quad because you get a variation in matte and shimmer. These are the matte shades. It's like a dark brown for the outer corner and a medium kind of taupey brown for the lid. These are matte. These are not like quite the creamy matte texture of the Be Luscious, but for a drugstore shadow palette, I think they're still quite good. This brow bone shade has a little shimmer, and the crease shade has practically a metallic shimmer there. You don't necessarily need to use them in the way that they design this to be. I would use this on the lid, which is designed to be brow bone. This in the crease. This is sort of a little blending shade to blend, you know, maybe you put that dark brown in there and then you kind of blend up with the lid shade just to kind of blend it out, and then use really lightly. I would use the crease shade and kind of go up high. But that's just my strange way of using them, but you could use them according to this little map that they give you. But this is a nice neutral palette from the drugstore, and the varying finishes is kind of nice to see. So if that's something you're interested in, you do want to have that option of having a nice dark brown as opposed to the CoverGirl one. This is more light and coppery. This will get you a little bit darker. And it's nice that one of the matte shades that they do give you is the dark brown, because that can make a nice liner shade as well. The next one I want to tell you about is from Clean Color, and this got featured from me quite a while ago. This is the 9 Eye palette, and this will be labeled, this is from cherryculture.com, and this is a great little travel palette, because look what you've got here. Smoky eye, neutral brown eye, and colors to accent with. I know this is not a video about colorful shades, but how nice that they do give you 3 random colorful shades tossed in here. These are very nicely pigmented. It's nice that it is so small for the times when you do want to travel, but you don't want to take that Coastal Scents 88 palette. You have these options here, and the black, I mean, is like cream. I just put that over a light shade, so that's not going to come off as super good, but you know, it's kind of like a creamy black shade. They all feel like just they have like kind of a creamy consistency to them. So I really like this. I would recommend this. This is a great price on this product too, very inexpensive, and just very nice to have that small little compact palette that you feel like you have a lot of versatility with. So love that. And I also love the Revlon Color Stay shadows in general. I think they're really good. They're the 12-hour eyeshadow kits, and this one that I'm going to show you is called Nude Elements. I think I did a tutorial on this. Hopefully you can see there what each of these shades is. The top one is a light shimmery champagne. These all have shimmer to them. The next one is a little bit, actually this is like a light shimmery white. This is the champagne shade. This one is a little bit of a sort of maroonish brown, and then you get kind of a steely blue shade thrown in. These are very, very nice shades together. It's a nice day-to-day palette, and it gives you a kind of a fun twist on the neutrals from just the matte browns and whatnot, because you do get that kind of blue shade to work with that isn't, you know, in your face colorful. That's that shade, but it does give a nice contour, and it still remains very neutral, could match any outfit, work for any occasion. So anyway guys, those are my 6 suggestions for some neutral palettes that I really like. I recommend neutral palettes to those who are just getting started with makeup, and maybe you're not to the point where you feel confident experimenting with color, though anyone is able to. You know, if you want to get a colorful palette, absolutely go for it. But for the day-to-day wearing makeup and kind of just getting adjusted to using different tones, using a light shade here, a dark shade here, neutral palettes are a good place to start. So if you've had that question, or you've asked me that question and I haven't been able to get back to you yet, here is your answer. Feel free to please pass this along, pass the link on to others who may be wondering about this. I hope to help as many people as I can with this video. So thanks for watching guys, and have a great day.